In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how I built my dream life in a year and how you can do the exact same thing because, to be fully honest with you, it's not as hard as a lot of you might think, and the path is a lot more clear. A lot of times it just takes a little bit of decision making. So I guess that's why I wanted to make this video, is I wanted to sit down and just have a authentic conversation with you and tell you exactly how I went from a college dropout making $0 to scaling to a six-figure agency to generating over seven figures for my clients, and overall just building the life that I've always kind of silently dreamed of while I was in college, high school, all that. And to actually tell the story properly, I have to take it all the way back to January of 2024. This is where it all started. This is where I was faced with probably one of the biggest decisions I've ever had to make in life, and that was if I wanted to continue school or not. So for some context here, I was a college student before. I was studying marketing, and I had taken a pause from going to my four-year university, and I started taking classes at my community college. My idea was that I was going to transfer back just to have, less, number one, workload and pressure on me and everything, and also just less like student, loan burden and all that with, my college being expensive and stuff. So my logic was that I was going to do some community college classes and then transfer back to my four-year. And now at this time, I had been I did a semester of my community college, and they told me, I vividly remember I went into the counselor's office one day and they sat me down and said, hey, you're not going to be able to transfer until 2026. Keep in mind, it's January of 2024. Actually, technically at this point, it was December. It was right before Christmas. Everyone went away for Christmas. It was December 15th or something like that. And they were like, yeah, you're not going to be able to go back till January 2026. So at that point, I was faced with a huge decision on whether I wanted to stay in college at this community college school. And basically their logic was I had to complete a certain amount of credits there to transfer back to have 1 year left in my four-year or whatever. So I was faced with this decision, do I want to stay at this community college studying these classes that I silently hated. I never liked it. I was always someone that was just focused on other stuff in school. I knew I never really wanted to be there, but I just didn't really know any better where else to go. So it took a while, and I'd always wanted to start some kind of business. And for about 6 months prior to this decision day, I was trying a bunch of different things. I tried dropshipping. I tried being a fitness influencer. I tried affiliate marketing. I tried a bunch of different business models on the internet, and none of them worked. But I knew that I wanted to do something on my own where I could make my own income. I could build my own dream life. And at that point, it's where I started seeing copywriting on the internet. I started seeing content on the internet about copywriting. And it got me thinking wow, I could make money writing emails, writing content scripts, running ads for different businesses, and I could scale that. So January rolls around for class registration, and I eventually decide that I'm not going to register for classes. And that was a big decision. That was really scary. That was whoa, okay. I'm now technically I was making a little bit of money. I was a beach lifeguard before this down here in California. So I was making a little bit of money. I had some cash flow coming in the door, but 21-year-old, let me tell you, it was a little rough. And at the time, start of January, I sat down on that first day and I said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm not in school anymore. Where do I start? And I think I had $4,050 in my bank account at that time. And that morning I went out and I got a coffee and I drove around for a bit and I just reflected. I said, how can I make this the best year possible? What can I do? And then I said, well, I don't want to do this alone. I need some guidance on how to start this, and that's where I found Cardinal Mason's content on YouTube, Instagram, and stuff. So I had $4,000 in my account at the time, and I invested that $4,000 into his coaching program, and I had $32 in my bank account, technically when I started copywriting. And I say that with pride today because that's where I started. That's where I came from, and I always love telling this story because it shows that the willingness to invest in yourself will take you so far. I don't believe that had I not invested that money, I would be anywhere close to where I'm at right now. So I started working. I started learning everything. And I think this is where the first lesson of this video lies. If you're trying to do something, any business model, this doesn't even have to be copywriting, and you feel stuck or you feel like you're not making any progress, you need to reflect on what you're actually learning in a day. My first ever, the second I got a little bit more money in my account, I went to Target and I bought a JBL speaker. It's somewhere in my house. Honestly, I could find it, but I'd have to do a little bit of digging. I went and bought a JBL speaker and I carried it around my house. And I just listened to stuff. I literally just listened to anything that I get my hands on. I listened to things all day, copywriting, old coaching calls from Mason's program, copywriting videos. I would literally. The funniest thing I ever did, I think, was I put a long form sales letter into Google Translate and translated it both to English and had it play it out loud so I could just listen to the words that were being written. Stuff like that was just so obsessive, but I just started to learn and learn and learn. And in reality, when you're consuming, hours and hours of content every single day, you're probably only going to retain like 10% of it. But that 10% started to add up and add up. And January goes by and I landed a free trial client like a week into starting this, and I got some experience and it was cool. I didn't end up getting paid. And then about halfway through January, I made like a couple $100 on like this one-off project. And that was like the first oh, no way, like I can make money online. That was the first proof of concept, the first time I ever made money online. And that day was amazing. I got the proof of concept. That's all I needed. Fast forward to February, I landed 2 clients. I was making an extra $2,500 a month, and this is, to this day, I'm still convinced, probably the richest I'm ever going to feel in my life. I mean, it's like you go from making like minimum wage $18 an hour to an extra $2,500 in your account. You feel like Bill Gates. You don't have to worry about what you order at Starbucks in the day. You can just, you go get your double smoked bacon cheddar and venti cold brew with half and half, and you're just chilling. It was great. It was awesome. And then I ended up actually losing those clients. Out of things that were completely out of my control, both of them actually. And I had to take a step back. I had to reflect. I said, wow, like this is like late February, March for reference. I said, wow, okay, like is this something that I, really can do? Like I got momentum. I started making it work. And all of a sudden I lost it all. And that was really hard. That was a really hard week. I remember that day it happened. It was in the same day. I remember the day it happened. I sat on my couch and I was just like, wow. And I'll just be I want this channel to be authentic and everything like that. I have a very supportive family that let me do this, that let me try this, and I'm so grateful for them, and I wouldn't be where I'm at without them. And they put a lot of faith in me to start this and try it. I wrote them a letter they, had let me take the semester off school to try this. And I wrote him a letter that night after I lost those 2 clients, and I said that I'm sorry for letting you down. This is what happened today, and I'm sorry. I basically dropped out of school to do this. I'm happy to go back. And I was about this close from giving them that letter. I left it actually on their door, and then I took it back. They weren't home, lucky enough, and I took it back. And I just put that letter away. And I went home and I sat actually on this exact couch. And I just thought, I said, wow, like, what am I going to do? And I said, you know what? Everything burned down. Okay. But I can do it once and I can do it again. And I know that. And I said, I'm going to be okay. I just told myself that. And I think 4 days later, I ended up signing like a 3K retainer client. And that's still to this day one of the most powerful things that I think has ever happened to me and I've ever learned is that sometimes in the face of a problem, it's just God paving the way for a bigger blessing. And I started working with this client and it was great. I was, this is I want to say this is early March now, and and then I landed another client that month, and I started to scale up a little bit. And by the summer months, I hit like 8K a month by the summer, and I just started to slowly build, and then 10K came, and then so on, and I just realized all then and there that one setback was just paving the way for me to actually get to the bigger numbers. And I'm not saying that I think what I make now is big at all. I in fact know that it's very small compared to, people out there in the world, but it's the goal that I set for myself when I started. And I just think that's so amazing to be able to hit in a year. And now it's crazy to look back that I've hit every single goal that I've wanted to in this past year. I've hit the income goal. I bought my dream car. I have my dream circle of friends who I'm so blessed to have. Everyone I work with, I truly love to death. And I just look back on that, and it's all because I made the decision to take that risk and to stop going to school and to pursue this. And I now just want this channel so much to be about that journey and helping you understand that it's possible from somebody on the other side of potentially where you want to be. You can do it. And I've mentally thought of what the biggest thing was, the biggest lesson that I've learned through all of this is. And I truly, truly stand by this because I heard this on a podcast one time. And it was a quote that said, "People don't fail, they quit." And I think this is so true. And I think this applies to everything. There are people out there with every single business model you can imagine making a ton of money and living a dream life. They got there because they put in the work and they didn't give up. I can't tell you how long it's going to take you to get a client. I can't tell you how long it's going to take you to, make money with something. But I can tell you that if you show up every day, put your inputs in, send your DMs, send your cold outreach, or whatever it might be, that you will hit those goals. And the material things are fun. Sure, the BMW Z4 that I bought, I love. It's so much fun. It's not the end goal though, and it's not what I pride myself most on with this at all. It's more the fact that I built a life where I can wake up in the morning, go be with friends and family that I love, go surfing, do things I love to do, and work on my own terms with scaling this business. And I probably work 8 to 10 hours a day right now. I work very hard, but it's the freedom to be able to do that from wherever, whenever I want. And that's the beauty of this. So maybe you're in a position right now where you have started something, you're a couple months in. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you're thinking about it. Start. And if you already have, just keep going. I can't tell you what the journey is going to look like. It'll never pave out to be the exact way that you think. But I promise you, if you stick to it and you keep putting in your inputs every single day, you will see success. Don't get down on yourself if you feel like you're behind, because odds are you're not. You just haven't been in the game long enough to see your spark of luck actually hit. I know people that it's taken a week. I've known people that it's taken a year. Everybody is different. You just need to show up long enough until you get your lucky DM, your lucky sale, anything like that just changes. So go easy on yourself and enjoy the process too. You need to understand that, you're building yourself. You're building a new version of yourself. It's not going to be this smooth, easy transition. There might be rough patches. I had a lot of rough patches during my time of doing this. Go easy on yourself and just be better every single day, and you will get there. I know this video's kind of turned into a bit of a yap session with me, but I don't really want these videos to be optimized for like dopamine retention and like entertainment. I want these videos to be optimized for the most raw, authentic version of not only myself, but also the advice that I want to give out to you. And I want these videos to resonate with you. And I want you to look to these videos on times where maybe you're feeling down, stuck, etc. I want these videos to be a source of comfort, a source of hope, and a source of knowledge for a lot of people. So if you enjoyed this one, a couple links in the description. If I have my Instagram down there, if you want to DM me any questions or anything like that, I always love answering them, and I'm always happy to help. I also have my Telegram in the description. That's where I literally just go in on the daily and send some voice notes on educational stuff, whether it's cold outreach, fulfilling for clients, how to get clients, how to keep clients, anything like that, I just throw in my Telegram. It's also just a way just for me to connect. I'll also leave the link for Copy MBA in the description if you're interested in that, and on any of my other socials. If you want me to make any specific videos, please shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm honestly super open to it. So I'll see you all in the next one.